Alrighty, welcome back everybody to 10-4 Broadcasting here. We are in the Virtual Racing Association League tonight for another fine race by these a lot of these drivers out here. Some of the fan favorites out there are Caden Tufts and really Jordan Tarble out here being able to make a run. But somebody to keep an eye out for tonight that I'm looking forward to is Kynan Jones here. You know, he runs fast laps. He's able to stay out front with everybody, and right now is leading in points in front of Adam Peeler. So tonight we'll be here at Martinsville for a 100-lap race. So this is the half-mile track. Everybody knows, and so for the ones of you who don't, Martinsville is known as the paperclip track. Is this thing kind of, you get up to a whole lot of speed and then you got to hit the brakes really, really hard to make sure you get a good angle into these turns. And I believe a lot of what you're going to see tonight is these guys getting a good run up, trying to dive into the turn, and they, you're going to have a lot of bumping and banging until these guys can get spread out and calm down. So what a difficult run it's going to be for these drivers. I mean, Caden Tufts and Jordan Tarble being up here in the front, first and second, Cody McLean, Adam Peeler in fourth, and Kynan Jones in fifth, followed by Edward Marshall in sixth place, Ethan Makwa in seventh, and Chris Conrad in eighth. So man, really, it's gonna be a heck of a run here tonight. Fortunately, there will be one faster pair for some of those drivers who don't play nice. This is Patrick Morrison with 10-4 Broadcasting. I appreciate you coming out tonight, and I'm excited to see really what we can come up with tonight. I know Adam Peeler, he's looking to really kind of topple over the points gain here that Kynan Jones has really been steamrolling here. Kynan Jones, he's been able to kind of place in a good spot each and every week and really be able to force his will. But, the one who's always got an eye is Caden Tufts, and as we're about to come to the green flag, we're going to be able to see him take off and probably get a heck of a jump here, led by the flagman as Caden Tufts is under green flag, takes a great launch there right out the gate. So as you can see, he's going ahead and making that move, and Kynan Jones really kind of fumbling around back there in the fifth place. But, hey, easy way to kind of take it nice and slow and get around this track. I know another person to watch out for is Edward Marshall. I know he was pretty excited about in a different league running at South Boston, but that kind of didn't happen. So I know he's got a lot of energy tonight here to see if he can really, get out of this eighth place position. You're really not where he wants to be. He wants to get up front and really place that top three, and he does have a way of doing it, but it's different each time. We do see him get kind of tangled up in some trouble, but he's able to kind of take it easy and get around. Wow. As you see that number 16 car there, Michael Newton, definitely missed the brake pedal there. As you can see, he fired right through that turn. Kind of a little Jeff Gordon move there, but a little throwback to Jeff Gordon. Nice little piece of information out there that he has actually won here over 10 times. So, and even Jeff Gordon came out of retirement, raced here as a sub to fill in for somebody, and came out and won the race again. So, that's really seems to be his race. But right now, the guy in the lead by a second already over Jordan Tarble is Caden Tufts leading the race. So, man, what a fantastic run he's already begun here tonight. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these laps are about 18 and a half seconds. So, I mean, they're very fast. We may see him drop off by about a second and a half. Maybe with tire wear. Tires aren't really going to be much of a problem here tonight. They're on unlimited, so if there's a caution, maybe they'll come in and get a fresh set on just to keep fast times. Maybe if you're in the back, and maybe a switch up. But right now, Caden Tufts knows exactly what he's doing here tonight, getting around this track. I mean, he is pushing and doing really a great job. I mean, as you can see, now we're already up to a second and a half, but with these 18 and a half second laps, we're already at lap 8. So, I mean, these laps are going to move very fast, and really, as a driver in the background, that is not what you want. You want the race to end, but if it doesn't give you a whole lot of time if there's a mistake made. Kynan Jones back here is already 3 seconds off the lead. He's tangled up with Adam Peeler again. We've seen this before, but he's got to kind of pick and choose where he wants to go. So we're going to get a few race interviews in here if there's a caution. Right now, these guys seem to be spreading out and kind of taking their time. I like a lot of the racing I see here. You see a little Edward Marshall here getting right behind Chris Conrad there. So, yeah, a little bit of a battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th, really, these pack of three cars here, you know, being able to get around. But man, yeah, that Mission 22 paint job that we always like out of Edward Marshall. He's kind of the crazy highlighter car, as well I like to call him, that everybody looks at. But boy, nice little bump there in the Chris Conrad. So yeah, he's really gonna have to kind of maintain some speed, but kind of really pick right there, as we just went into the cockpit view and we see him kind of push him. I think Edward Marshall may start to be losing a little bit of his patience there, following behind him, seeing that he's getting checked up so much. So I don't know if Chris Conrad's going to retaliate. We're going to stay here and just double check and see if that's what he's thinking about here. Wow, yeah, as you can see, Chris Conrad check up in front of Makwa there. You know, really is going to end up being an issue here pretty soon if he keeps brake checking there. So as the 14 car, you know, really kind of, he's all having the same trouble there, really looking to see where he can place the shot here and really move their way around. Yeah, gets a great run down the stretches here, and then kind of gets in that turn a lot hotter than the 8 car. So I don't know if Chris Conrad is trying to, you know, take it a little easy on his tires and see if they can move around, you know, just kind of, you know, take it easy, see if they can move around. But little check in back to Caden Tufts there. He is leading by 2.5 seconds. We'll pop back up to him in a little bit. But right now, these are the two closest cars together of these two. See if they're going to battle, if they can get around one another. But man, he's just got to see if he can find a line. Really, it is practically impossible. I won't say it's totally impossible, but it's practically impossible to make a pass on the outside here at Martinsville. It all depends on your entry into the turn and your exit out of the turn. Really, you'll see how the rest of the track is asphalt, but these corners that have that light gray area is concrete, so it's going to give you a different grip pattern. I know Martinsville has put a lot of work into their track. Jeff Gordon didn't run into a problem where actually pieces of the track were coming up, and it actually ripped his car to pieces in one of them, and he still was able to finish top 5 in one of his runs. But you know, really, Martinsville's put a lot of work into this track, kind of keeping it together. But you know, it's a love-hate relationship for some of these drivers here at this track. It's whether you like it, whether you don't. You know, it's because it's such high speed. You got to get going so fast and then really hit those brakes. You'll see him at some point glowing red. You know, if this was a nighttime race, that you would see him glowing red trying to slow down, come to a stop, and then get back up to speed and really get taken off there. Man, as you can see, these two are just having a little bit of trouble. Let's take a look at Mr. Tarble here, see if he's getting any ground. Having a little, yeah, he's falling off by about 3 seconds there. But man, you got to be thinking, you know, what in the world does Caden Tufts have underneath the hood of his car? Because he just has his car on a rail every night he seems to show up. I think one night he might not have had it as much, but he I believe at USA Speedway, he lapped almost the entire field. He kind of, you know, he stayed behind him, and really, you know, those two didn't play well. I know that, I believe it was Edward Marshall that may have teamed up with Caden Tufts. I'm not really seeing those two really in their race ready room or anything, seeing if those guys can figure anything out. But we'll see if this Adam Peeler, Kynan Jones, I know these guys started getting within half a second, but I think Kynan got a little loose there, and then now he's kind of starting to fall back, unfortunately. But really, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost a quarter of a way through the race already. So, like I was saying, this race is going to go very, very fast tonight. And I don't know how you know, how long or if we're going to get a caution here, because I mean, I'm sure everybody'd like to see a caution, except right now Chris Conrad staying out in front of Ethan in that 14 car. So yeah, we're about to see if Ethan is able to make this move, because he is fighting to get around that car. Boy, but yeah, you kind of see that front end drifting as we're taking an onboard ride here with Ethan Makwa here, and man, there we go. He might have a decent line, but he may have to dive bomb this one in. Let's see if he goes in and tries to take it. Man, that front end just drifts on him. So yeah, you just see just constantly that battle here for 7th place, you know, is really starting to, boy, there it goes, a little nudge there. So that's why they put the bars on these. They may be exposed wheels, but there's still contact, and there's no There's no doubt of that happening. We've seen Edward Marshall, and I know Jeff Clifton that was out here at one point. You know, these guys will fold these things up. They really don't. They're not afraid. Oh, boys, right there. Yeah, Ethan Machwa right there getting real tired of Chris Conrad. But there it was again, kind of that brake check before the turn. His race line seems to be a lot different than what everybody else is running here, as those two then collide yet again with with their two tires. And it looks like Ethan might just escape out of this one, out of that battle, and go ahead and press on and go ahead and work his way up. But he has his work cut out for him. He's got almost a 4-second gap between him and the guy in 6th place of Edward Marshall in the 23 machine. So really, it's starting to become quite a tumble here, as it looks like maybe. We'll kind of take a peek back there. It looks like Conrad might have gotten turned around. As I am unsure if we are under caution just yet. I know with a vehicle turned around, sometimes if it's a single car, there's not. If there is, not sure, but we'll check in just a second, and we're going to try. There we go. There's that caution flag. And we'll kind of draw up that 10-4 replay here for you in just a second. See exactly what kind of got him, what transpired with that, and see, how he got turned around, because we saw them definitely pushing there. So just a second, and we'll see if we can find that thing for you. Alrighty, and we're kind of riding along here with Chris Conrad, and let's see what exactly. Oh, right there. Right there. So that's what ended up happening, is unfortunately he kind of caught the inside of that barrier right there on the top. And I'm going to see if we can get a hold of that Michelin chopper view here. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful angle. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Right there. So we'll get, we're real low here tonight with half the track. So we'll kind of see right there. You kind of see him nab that inside, and that is a curb right there. So that thing humps up about another 4 inches, and it really has no rubber on it. I mean, guys are going to touch it, but you do see, once we start getting over 30 laps into this thing, those tires are starting to get warmed up. The tires are starting to really kind of glaze, so you have to be careful with them getting slick and spinning around. But yeah, I believe he may be a lap down, but it may be a consideration for these guys to start taking tires. I am unsure at this time, whether, guys will go ahead and opt for that. I know if you're farther back in, on the food chain to do it, but so far I believe Caden Tufts, Adam Peeler, Kynan Jones, Edward Marshall, and Ethan Machwa in the top 5. All these gentlemen have pit tonight, so it is really something to see with these guys. Yeah. I mean, now has got to be the time that you go ahead and pit. I mean, per the rules they have here tonight, there's an unlimited set of tires. So it's not, you've got one set and, you got to kind of try to aim for that later than halfway point and see if you can make it to the end on fresher tires than the next guy. But really, what a battle this is starting to become, and really how these guys can stay together is what they got going on is really kind of a tumble up here as I'm looking to see what in the world is going on. But I'm going to see what exactly we have going on I'm going to see if we can take a little ride here with Caden Tufts and see how that pace car is looking. All right, and there we are. Caden Tufts, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, bud. I think the pace car lights are out, so we only got about half a lap here. Man, you got that thing on a rail. I mean, we saw Chris Conrad get turned around. Kind of a bummer there for him. Is there anything different you're looking to change other than the pit strategy you've already done?
From here on out, I think it's just save as much as we can, keep as consistent as we can, and try staying off that curb and pulling away since we're good on fuel now.
All right, sounds good. You're under green flag, bud. Good luck.
Thank you.
Man, yeah, sorry. And we kind of drug him in there a little bit. That's one thing about Martinsville is it's close, they're tight, and these guys don't really have a whole lot of room. So you can see, once again, they're kind of really going single file a lot earlier than I thought. Maybe not pushing their luck so early in this race with only 35 laps, you know, and really difficult to say. I mean, I wasn't sure if we'd have a caution, but I mean, they proved me wrong once before. But Adam Peeler really in the spot he likes to be. Up front, second place, Edward Marshall in third, Kyden Jones in fourth, Edward Makwa in, actually just dropped back to sixth, as it looks like Jordan Tarble went ahead and took that place away from him. So Ethan in the 14 machine moves back to sixth. We got Michael Newton in seventh, Cody McLean. Haven't talked a whole bunch about him tonight, running back there in that 5 car. In the 8th position, John Sponsler. He had a little bit of trouble last week, but he's doing a lot better this time, running in 9th. Chris Conrad there in the 10th position. And I believe Rashid Coles is probably running our race control tonight, as we may be in the back. Unsure about that. Don't take my word for it. But we're taking a little look here at actually, you know, Cody McLean here, running a great line right there on the inside, going ahead and taking that 8th position and working his way up front toward Michael Newton. Now, I've seen Michael Newton in a lot of his other races, and he has a little bit of trouble. We saw at one point early in the race, he takes a very aggressive line in, but hopefully, you know, I think he's probably got that thing straightened out, and we're going to go ahead and get it going there. But I believe Edward Marshall, boy, he might have his hands full, really, of Adam Peeler and Kynan Jones here. These two guys, I mean, right next to each other, really kind of giving this a heck of a run. Oh, boy, as Adam Peeler gets turned around. Oh, he just came up here just in time. Holy cow. As the caution flag is out, lap 40 out of 100, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost halfway. We are 4/10 of the way, if you want to make it the hard part. You know, but, man, really, Adam Peeler, I think he just got a little too overzealous with that turn there and really got turned around. At no fault of anybody else's there. Let's take a little look at Adam Peeler here, because he is the one guy in our second in points running. So really, he's not, you know, not really wanting this. We're not wanting this to happen. Let's see what we got here. Let's get that Michelin chopper view here. Oh, right there. I am wrong. Edward Marshall gets into the back of him. Boy, that's going to be some damage. Yeah, unfortunately on that one, that's going to cause a little bit of trouble there. And we're going to take a little ride along with Edward Marshall and see, just did he dive in too hot, or, you know, what exactly happened here? Let's see if we can get a ride along here with Edward Marshall. Ooh. Yeah, it just looks like he checked up. I mean, just checked up way early in that turn. Unsure if Edward Marshall really kind of pushed him, but it's something. I mean, that's we've seen that a couple times here. I know Edward Marshall's called his shot, saying, you know, he's getting tired of people really checking up on him. You know, they get in front of him, they hit the brakes, and then he's got nowhere to go. I know he doesn't want a demolition derby out here. A lot of guys look up to him and say he's a great driver, but he's got to be careful, because that is not how you make friends out here at Martinsville. Martinsville is a very testy track. Not a whole lot of guys, you know, really, you know, you don't make friends out here. There's going to be paint traded. There's going to be bumps, but blatantly, you got to be very, very careful. I don't know how I would take that one. I'm sure Adam Peeler is in the chat, kind of giving him an earful at this point. But we'll actually see. I'm actually going to see if I can get Edward Marshall down here and see what he has to say. Edward Marshall, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, I know you're going to get it, and you're probably going to hear an earful. What in the world happened there? Did you get in too hot, or did he check up on you?
That's what I was just talking to Caden about. It felt like he was kind of consistent, but I could definitely drive in a lot deeper than he could. And as I was approaching him, it's just like he just come to an abrupt stop, and I hit my brakes as hard as I could, and I tried not to get into him. I wasn't going to pass him. I was going to let him keep going like he was, but he just he ran out of talent after he got sideways, and that was it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I won't let you get to say too much there. I took an on-board ride, and it looked a little ugly, but don't let Caden get away from you. Wow, yeah, sorry about that. But as you can see there, Edward Marshall really giving Caden Tufts, you know, his teammate in front of him, really giving him that lead as he was giving Kynan Jones really a jam up there in that turn. So I'm sure he didn't, he didn't appreciate that. But I mean, keep in mind, I know he may be out of the screen, but Adam Peeler, I think he's definitely going to start working his way up toward the front here, right there in that yellow car. So you're going to see him kind of aim and start pushing here. I know he's not happy about that. He did go ahead and pit on lap 41, so he probably got a fresh set of tires. What these other guys are, their tires are only about 10 laps, but we already saw how they were starting to act after 30 laps. So if his tires are a third fresher than everybody else, at the last point, he'll be doing a heck of a lot better. As we can see, Jordan Tarble there really working the rear bumper of Kynan Jones, your points leader. So, man, but yeah, look how early these guys are starting to check up in these turns, and I think that's what's catching some of these drivers off guard, is how early they're braking. Some guys are diving in a lot hotter, a lot faster into these turns, and other ones are checking up, and I don't know if everyone's going to kind of streamline and start oh boy, driving the same way. As you can see, Makwa in that 14 car, you saw him definitely checking. Then 5 car, Cody McLean, kind of clipped the back end of him. So these guys you see the different race styles and really how they're kind of trying to come around and figure out how they're going to do this. But ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the halfway mark, and what a great piece of racing here. We're going to slide to commercial here, and we'll be right back.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and it looks like we might just be under another caution. I'm going to have to take a quick little peek. Let me see if I can roll back here and see what exactly in the world happened there. It looks like Michael Newton may have gotten tied up in something, and I'm not 100% sure what exactly happened, but we'll see. I'll see if I can find anything. I know Michael Newton, he's the only one coming down pit road, and he's a lap behind. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can slow us down for you all right here. All right, so we do have Michael Newton right here in the center of your screen behind the 8 car. I'm actually a turn before, and you'll see he kind of gets a little out of sorts there. You saw him kind of clip the inside. Now, what that ended up doing on that turn is actually putting a little bit of grass on those tires, so it'll actually slick you up if you're not careful, and it just gets him turned around right here. Bang. Yeah, unfortunate right there. Somebody else gets into him, but yeah, it just brings out another caution. Doesn't look like too much damage there. But yeah, really not what you want. You kind of ready to start seeing this thing stay under green and finish this out. I don't think he's broken. He might just be sitting there for a second. Let's see if he gets moving. Yeah, it looks like both tires are turning. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm trying to see if we can self-diagnose here. See what in the world's going on. Doesn't seem to be low on power, but unknown. With that last little clip when he spun out, that guy may really hurt his chances here. What happens next? But looks like he's up and moving, and good thing for fast repairs, because we'll be able to kind of keep those things all in one piece and really get this going. But man, this really puts Michael Newton in a hole, because he's now a lap behind. Another caution will give him a lucky dog and get his way worked around. But man, this stack up here, you got to be thinking Kynan Jones, your points leader right there, and just kind of gave him that little nudge, and boy, off they go. Taking off right down during green flag. Oh, man. Really, you got to see this jam up here with Kynan Jones, really kind of taking that inside and pushing Jordan Tarble. Keep him rolling backwards, as he's now back to the 5th position. Trying to fight, stay up there in the 4th, but really, Ethan Makwa there has really been pushing his luck and his talent to the max here, really seeing what he can do if these two are really going to start tangling up here. As you see, it looks like another driver, looks like Peeler was getting ready to make a shot, but not enough speed around that outside. But yeah, right there, Peeler, you see taking that shot to the inside. But the 5 car, Cody McLean jams him, holds him up high, and really a battle here for 6th place. I mean, Adam Peeler is just not really in the position to be kind of controlling the track here. He's going to have to push out of that turn and, I mean, absolutely dive bomb this thing toward the inside to stay out in front of him. But there he goes. Right there, back in single file line, but now he's got to spend another half a second trying to chase down Ethan Makwa here in the 14 machine. Just wow, what a blast this race is becoming as we're rounding up to about 43 laps to go. So really a handful this is becoming, and really, the person with the freshest tires out there is Cody McLean with that lap 52, John Sponsor and Chris Conrad. That'll be your 7th, 8th, and 9th drivers. So, yes, at some point they do have fresher tires. They are in the back. Caden Tufts, Edward Marshall, and Kynan Jones pit on lap 30, along with Tarbell and Makwa there. So, you're kind of seeing different strategies here with how these tires are going to wear and how they're going to come together. But, man, what a blast this is, really, of Adam Peeler being able to figure out how to get around this track. Man. Yes, he's trying to stay. Oh, no, nudge there again. A little nudge there again, and I just don't know if another caution flag is going to come out. But, man, speaking of... Oh, man, sorry about that. As it gets going around, but this is another thing to kind of throw out there is really things to throw cautions. Is one of our sponsors here is AdminBoxx. For league owners, admins, if you're looking to start a new league, it's a USB plug-and-play button box, really. You're able to control black flags if you want to control heats that you haven't scheduled for the race, things like that. If somebody feels they were black flagged improperly, for pit lane speed or things like that, we know we have another league that actually takes away all lapped cars after the end of the stage. This is the box to do it. So if you actually go to AdminBoxx with 2x's.com, you can add our little coupon code that we'll actually give you. It'll be 10-4-box with 2 X's, and that'll knock it down to $125. I know a lot of other boxes out there. I believe I have one, cost me about $300 and doesn't even do anything this one does. So really, a shout out there to AdminBoxx, and really everybody, I think, if you're looking to start your own league and, get a group of drivers like this together and keep it controlled, that's what you need to get. But right now, getting it is Kynan Jones, really kind of hanging out here in the 3rd position with Jordan Tarbell behind him. So I know these guys have raced all together before, but I'm curious to see how Caden Tufts is able to pull away by a 2-second lead over his teammate Edward Marshall. Oof. Some jam-up happened there right there in the turn. I'm not sure if Kynan Jones, if a tire got wedged. Something happened there, but man, it almost like his brakes got stuck. Ooh, boy, it looks like the 5 car just ate it. Oh, man. As Cody McLean gets flipped upside down onto his lid. And that'll bring out, I believe, our 3rd caution for the night. And hopefully he has another fast repair, because that might be the end of his night here as he gets absolutely wrecked trying to keep this thing all in one piece. Man, he just absolutely got kind of rushed there. So we see the checkup there, and you see, remember, he's on the fresher tires. Lap 66, goes up there and bumps Kynan. Hangs toward the outside, and then what in the world happens after that? I wonder if he had a mechanical fault. He came around that turn, and then it's like his car just died. That was wild. What in the world happened there? Let's see if we can give that one more shot. Oh, he slides and hits the wall. Oh, man. And it looks like Adam Peeler gets into the back of him. Wow. Wow, that definitely changes how he's going to race tonight. I think I would probably assume that 5 car may be out of it for the race. He got tangled up there, and that just really is not where he wanted to be. Hit that, kind of bit the wall there and really ruined his car. But man, what a bummer that it was. But this would probably be a good time. Let's go ahead and send y'all to commercial, and I'll be right back.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go back under green flag here. Really, Caden Tufts has been owning this race all night. He's really doing a great job pushing, and you can see exactly why. I mean, that restart right there, I mean, you just can't seem to keep up with him. I mean, these guys are passing, they're pushing, and he just gets that jump, and really, out there in front, all that fresh air, really no one next to him to really give him a push, you know, to push him to the limit he needs to be. Is really, you know, what these modifieds like. They don't like drafting. You'll actually see the guys sometimes around the turns, they'll stagger a little bit, get a little extra fresh air into that filter, help the engine perform a little better, and be able to stay out front. But we're coming down to 29 laps to go. 28 as soon as Caden passes the line right there, absolutely. So once again, all laps led by Caden Tufts. Once again, this seems to be a common story we have here of him staying out front. I'm sure he'll have the few kind words to say, and he's very, very, you know, kind of taken back on himself. He very timid, but you know, he understands. You know, he's good at this. He does this in real life, and he's just got a feel for these open-wheeled cars. Just taking a little look here at Adam Peeler, still kind of rolling back here in the 6th position. So we saw him up there in, you know, 2nd and 3rd, and he's still trying to break in that top 5. But he's got his work cut out for him. He's just got to maintain calm. I think if there's another caution, I don't know if anybody will pit, because as you can see, I mean, you just see Caden Tufts pulling away, staying out front. Kynan Jones staying very, oh boy, look like Makwa there kind of got a little crappy into that turn and then ended up riding high. But man, really, you know, it seems you know, really clean driving so far. I mean, we are getting bumps just because of, you know, the way people are racing and how it feels. Everybody has a different way of doing it, and you kind of see, you know, Adam Peeler finally breaking into that top 5 there. But Kynan Jones, you know, him only leading by 8 points coming into this right ahead of Caden Tufts. He's got to move up a couple more spots to keep Caden, you know, behind him. I think he may lose the lead this time just because of no laps led. He didn't qualify in the pole, and he may or may not win this race. You know, there could be something bad happen, but right now, so far, I've never seen anything really bad happen to Caden Tufts. I haven't seen him get turned around or bumped unless somebody was trying to send a message. But, you know, I guess that's the part of getting these great restarts taken off there. But, you know, really, it's something to see here. Is these guys are kind of, you see, they're kind of taking it easy. I figure we're probably going to wait about 15 to go, and I think these guys are going to start losing patience. And they're going to start pushing each other, and really, I think, you know, start using up those faster pairs is what I would guess. Because right now, Caden Tufts once again is pulling away about that 2.5 second lead. So we'll get a ride along with him here in a little while. But right now, I've got, you know, 3 guys actually within half a second of each other. You know, Jordan Tarble here in the 69 car. Kynan Jones, Adam Peeler, and Ethan Makwa here, all within about, you know, 0.6 of a second. So these guys really smashing it up here, and I'm expecting Adam Peeler to kind of send a message back to Kynan Jones after the last little tumble they had there, moving around the track. But really, what a battle this has become of all these guys really trying to, you know, get where they want to be. So we'll rotate up here to Caden Tufts. I mean, look at that. Absolutely nobody behind him. We'll kind of give a zoom out. I mean, look how no one. There's your guy in second, Edward Marshall. So he just has that nice, comfortable lead, and he's enjoying every bit of it. And we'll take a little ride along, and let's see how one of those laps hold, as we'll kind of give you a sound of these open-wheeled cars. Yeah, and you can really see right there as he kind of gets into these turns. You see, I mean, look how close he gets to that curb without touching it. You do see him nudge it occasionally every once in a while. But Caden Tufts, I mean, has this thing on a rail as he goes ahead and works his way around John Sponsler, puts him another lap down, unfortunately. He's had a heck of a time tonight, having a little trouble kind of getting these cars to hook. But Martinsville, like I said, is a love-hate relationship. Some guys, you got them, like Caden Tufts here, and really putting this track really in the books, putting it away with only 14 laps to go here. Or you end up, like John Sponsler and some of the other poor guys out here. Cody McLean, unfortunately, that didn't work out for him. And just really a bummer. But, you do see Caden Tufts really, really doing a great job back here. We're going to take a little look back here at Adam Peeler, back where he was. And really, oh, right there. Boink. Right there in the back of Kynan Jones. So Kynan Jones now knows, Adam's getting a little tired of, the way he's running that line. He knows he's got more speed. His tires are 38 laps fresher. So Kynan Jones feeling the pressure of him not pitting and taking tires. But, can he hold on and can he stay in front of him? As it looks like John Sponsler's going to go ahead and stay out of the way. Let a couple of these other lead cars get by. Really a good sportsmanship move, kind of letting people get around you. That way you're not bumping and banging. I saw a race last week. The leader actually kind of caught a lapped car, and it destroyed his car and the field. So really a bummer there. But, yeah, he still has the right to race. But, yeah, I mean, staying out of the way, great move. But Adam Peeler going ahead and taking a little peek there on the inside as he's going to go ahead and hook bumpers with him, push him on around. Oh, boy, as Edward Marshall's starting to get loose. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to push. We got 10 laps to go. These top 4 cars, we're about to find out. So, Kynan Jones really getting a bumper full of Adam Peeler here. He may try to dive bomb and take him to the inside. But he's playing peekaboo right there in that rear, and Kynan Jones is around. Wow. Wow, I do not want to be in his headset right now. Kynan Jones is not going to be happy about that one. So we'll take a peek at race control and see if race control decides to do anything with that one. Yeah, because that was a pretty ugly one getting turned around there. We'll kind of roll that back just one time and see what exactly happened. I knew these guys were going to get close, and I was hoping the last 10 were going to be as clean as possible. And it seems we may only get about 4 laps of door-to-door racing here. As you can see, you should see Adam Peeler there to the left, the far left, and Kynan Jones will be right there in the center. So you see him kind of playing that peekaboo right there. Gets a good run. Bang. Just turns him around. So, yeah, just, man, what a bummer this is starting to become for some of these drivers out there. I think it may be a really, really, really good idea for Kynan Jones to kind of fix this thing up. As it looks like he's down pit road. Go ahead and take some tires, get him fresher than everybody else at this point, seeing that he's pit on lap 93. So out of the top 8 so far, he is the only one to not get anything. But it looks like a fast repair, no tires, and I think he's going to go ahead and sling back on the track here with only 7 to go. So really a gutsy move. I don't know if he didn't have enough time, or he's thinking tires aren't going to help at all. If it were me, I probably would have taken tires and see if, these things can tack up and really get around here. Yeah, these guys are just trying to hold it together. I mean, it's a battle to the end, and I like what I'm seeing. It's just how long can they keep it clean? I know... Try to be careful. Adam Peeler, I know he wants to move up front. He was in second, and now he's moved his way up to 4th. But you don't want to make enemies out here. You've got the rest of this league and the rest of this season to work through. And you start picking enemies on a night you're doing really well, somebody may return that favor. And I know Kynan Jones, he's a very uptight guy. He takes everything not as personal as some, but he's very conscientious of where he is in the points running and how he does. He also runs elite leagues in the trucks. So right now, that kind of turnaround thing like that, I would expect Adam Peeler to be in his crosshairs in another race. But right now, we have 5 laps to go for, the checkered flag to come out. I would probably say, unless Edward Marshall puts a wheel or a tire into Caden Tufts, he probably has, Caden Tufts has this in the bag. So the battle right now is going to be Tarble and Adam Peelers. We're back under green flag. Caden Tufts, another great jump right there. So you see, great move. Yeah. Oh, boy, as they're bumping around. Adam Peeler, no, dog. Look out. Look out. It looks like Kynan Jones gets kind of banged up into, oh, man, into that 14 car of Makwa there. And it looks like Michael Newton may be tangled up in that. So, yeah, you can see just him spinning his tires there. The frustration. I mean, and you just got squared away. And it looks like his car is dog tracking pretty bad. So his suspension may be bent. I mean, it bent too bad to continue. We'll kind of keep an eye on him here, because that is not looking good. Yeah, because you see kind of the stagger of those tires. It looks like that right front may have ate a good bit of that one getting turned around. We'll kind of take a little peek of that 10-4 right front and see if any of that suspension's moving. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to continue with that one. He may have broke that car. Boy. Yeah, he is on the radio, and I don't think he's real happy with this. So we're actually, well, I'll save him the time here, and we'll let's take a little peek at what transpired of that wreck again. As what in the world came of that. So here he is right here. Adam Newton toward the bottom. Bang. Nowhere to go. Yeah, I know he's frustrated in that car. I mean, there's some nights it's no matter where you are or what you're trying to do, you just can't seem to get a break. But we'll take a little look at Makwa here and see what he has going on as we'll kind of slow this one down. Looks like Peeler once again gets somebody turned around. So I know he's going to have a lot of heat on him after this race of how many times and how many people he's had turned around. So we'll keep an eye on that, and give you an update next week of what happens at this point, because I know Peeler's trying to work his way to the front, but this is not the way I would want to do it. You know, he's racing hard, but you got to race clean. So Adam Peeler still in the 5th position. He's working back there. You see Kynan Jones definitely still dog tracking. I would assume they got to be very careful, but I don't know. This may be the end of the race right here. I think we may have a little admin hiccup here. It shows me I've only got about 10 seconds left to go in this race, so that may be it for Caden Tufts leading, Jordan Tarble in 2nd, and Edward Marshall in the 3rd position. So really, not what to be expected. Really, that's where I expected Caden Tufts to be. But to get this thing back underway is just what a bummer, and a blast this is here is really what in the world is going on. So unsure here. It looks like they're going to go ahead and maybe green-white checkered this thing and get this thing back underway. I see the pace car lights are out. Let's see if they start double stacking up here. Pace car lights are back on. Yeah, we may be having a race control issue here and everybody trying to straighten this up. Let's see what in the world is going on. Yeah, they may be trying to get a lapped car around. Let's see if we can get Caden Tufts in here. All right, we got Caden Tufts back in the booth. You got a copy on me, Caden? You can do it. Come on.
Oh, what's up? Sorry.
There you go. Hey, man, what's going on with the cautions here tonight? I mean, are we trying to get some lap cars back across the pace car?
I seriously don't know what's going on right now. I think the race is over, but I'm not sure because everyone's passing me all of a sudden.
Yeah, I saw the timer go out, and it should have been, I believe, you win the race, Jordan Tarble and Edward Marshall. I believe that's what should be going on. Yeah, now, my little ticker's showing it got some laps still left to go here, but per the timer, I think you guys ran into this once before. It's just not enough time on the track because of too many cautions.
Yeah, this one's weird. I guess we had a caution as we hit the time limit, so I don't know. It says get ready on my screen, but checker flag's out. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to just burn the tires off it, or I
keep
don't
going
know.
around? Man, I'd almost play it
Hey.
safe. I'd run almost 2 more laps, try to get this thing done, because it says, yeah, my little ticker's showing now you're back to 103, so I don't know what exactly transpired of this.
I guess it's over now because I'm not losing any positions. So I'm not sure, and everyone's leaving. So I guess that's the race.
All right, bud. Well, I'll let you burn them down, and I'll catch back up with you.
All right, sounds good.
Man, really, and you kind of see a little confusion there. I know race control and admins, man, they all got their hands full with the, really what they can get going on here. And AdminBoxx would be another one of those things to kind of throw out there to get it fixed. But this is, oh boy, look out! That's the third place, goes ahead and clips the edge of him there. So, man, what a race that you wouldn't expect to kind of see happen here is kind of the weird ending. Now, I know they've kind of run into this a couple of times of what in the world, kind of happens and ends up doing to this piece. But, I'm going to see if I can catch up with my third place guy. Let me see where he is. Mr. Edward Marshall. Let's see where he is. There we are. All right. All right. And we got our third place finisher. Third place finisher, Edward Marshall. I can't say that is 100% where you want to be or how you wanted that one to end.
No, I was really wanting a green, white checkered.
Yeah, it seems, I think we've run into this before where you guys just kind of run out of time there, and I guess they kind of end it right there, unfortunately. So
Yeah, that's just a mishap with the whoever set up the server. But it ain't no big deal. It was a fun race. Congrats to Caden. My apology goes out to Adam. Like I said, I didn't mean to dump him earlier, but that's part of racing. So life moves on.
yeah. I know. I think Adam may have been a little frustrated. I think the last 2 or 3 cautions may have had a little something to do with him trying to get back up to you, if you know what I mean. So really,
Well,
yeah, he kind of got battling up there, rolling around that second position. I mean, you guys were fighting for the same spot, and there's only so much real estate for one of you. So, things happen. But man, really a clean run out of you tonight. The only thing I would question is what can you change to really offset Caden Tuff's restarts?
To be honest, probably keep my little boy from running around my feet. And probably need to put him in bed at like 8 instead of 9:15.
Oh, okay.
But Caden's got the restarts dialed. I mean, he's been doing this for a while. He's no stranger to the game right here. So he knows how to get the rubber on the road, and he knows how to make sure that when he gets on the loud pedal, he's gonna go.
Yeah.
And he does a great job with it, and all the props to him for being so consistent with it.
Yeah, but really, I mean, it's not just him, man. You've been doing a great job lately. You've been really kind of keeping up there in the top 5 the past couple races. So, hats off to you. You've been doing a great job staying out front. And like I said, there's just a little bump in with Adam Peeler, but, so far, so good. You got another podium finish, 3rd place here tonight. And really, you just feel that another win's coming. You're gonna get one here in a little bit, and you just got to time it to get to get there. Everyone seems to kind of have that empty spot right in there, in the back of their mind of really what can I do to get around Caden Tuffs, or how can I challenge his restarts? I don't know if it would be an idea to put a tire into him, slow him down, so when he takes off, it kind of helps pull you at the same time, or what, man. But really, a great race out of you tonight, 3rd place finish. Go ahead and give me some shout outs, bud. Let me hear them.
Thanks to well, I can't say yet. I got a big sponsorship deal coming up, maybe later tonight. We're meeting after a race later on, but hopefully all goes well with that. And then I'd like to thank my wife, thank Fanatec for Awesome Wheel, thank y'all for broadcasting it, and thank VRA for hosting a fun modified series.
All
I
right.
think on Friday nights. We start running the high octane series, so hopefully y'all see me there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll be there too, and I know that series. That one's a boatload of fun too. I'm not sure you guys run the Xfinity or the Cup cars this season.
Cup cars.
Cup cars. All right. I know. I like a good throwback. Everybody seems to be really excited about the next gens. Me, I'm not so much, but really there. So if little piece, if you're getting another sponsor, will we see you in another paint scheme?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's gonna be special. So
All right. Well,
that's all I can say for that. But it'll be coming soon.
excellent. All right, Edward Marshall. Third place finish. Great job tonight, bud, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Man, what a great guy. You know, he seems to know what to do, where to be, and kind of things like that. And and we're kind of we're gonna kind of tumble around here, I believe, with one of our admins here who also placed second place tonight, Jordan Tarble. How are you doing tonight, bud?
Hey man, how you doing, buddy?
Man, second place finish. I mean, I know you want to place first and get in front of Caden. That seems to be his way around, around the track. He knows how to get around these. But I asked Edward Marshall, what can you do to offset Caden Tuff's restarts?
Well, Kane, he's been doing this like Edward said. He's been doing this for a long time. He knows when to restart, when to go, and stay up front. I don't think there's really anything you can mess up with this kid. I mean, I don't think so. But I just want to have a good, clean run out there. I tried anyway, so.
Yeah, I think we kind of ran into a timing issue again here tonight, unfortunately. Kind of trying to figure out what, I think you guys were about a green-white checkered and ran out of time again. Yeah. If there weren't so many cautions, I think y'all could have finished. But I think some rivalries were happening there in the back. I think race control and some of the admins here will take a little peek at. I know there's only so many places that you can go, but you can't keep sharing the same spot, the same place, same time. So
exactly.
Yeah, but man, really a great run out of you tonight. And I didn't see you really in any mix-ups. I mean, you seemed to stay out of all the trouble. I think the worst place I thought you saw maybe fifth place, I think, at one point for your pit stop, and you worked your way up front. Great run. I mean, really, what was your key to success?
Mostly trying to avoid the wrecks. That's obviously going to happen here in the modified division, especially at a track like this. People driving in hard, people behind you, driving in hard and trying to not hit you, but accidentally hit you. But I had to pit on that one thing because I didn't think I was going to make it on gas. I took 2 rights and got some gas. Fell back to 5th, I think it's like you said, and just worked my way back and just patiently ran my race. Didn't overthink anything like that. And I hate it for Kynan because he was having a good race too, but I kept hitting him. He got mad, but I was like, hey, if I was going to wreck you, I would have done it by now. So it's Rubbin's racing. I know that, but some people gotta cool when they're on the mic and not try to backlash somebody that's behind you.
Yeah. Well, we did see different race lines. I know Adam Peeler and Kynan, they would dive in a lot faster than everybody else, and they would check up a little more toward the middle of the turn rather than let's say Makwa there in the 14. He would go in a little slower, but he would push through the center, and that was kind of seeming to, I think that's where guys were colliding, and say one side has to fold, or some you know what I mean, something's got to give here, to really get everybody to stay on the same page. And I feel Kynan's frustration at points, but I also feel Adam Peeler's frustration at the same time. And really it's tough to run a league, bud. I mean, I give it to you. It's hard to get these guys staying calm, cool, and collected, because I'm sure that radio was lit up after a couple of those. And you're just trying to keep calm and let race control do their job and do things like that. But man, really hats off to you and being able to place second tonight. So season finale is actually next week, is it not?
Yes, it is. Season finale is next week
at North Wilkesboro. So how are you feeling about that track?
Well, I've raced in them, mod in Wilkesboro, actually in real life and, in iRacing. It's going to be tricky. I prefer the higher groove than the lower groove, that's just me personally. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. We all know Caden's gonna come out and do his thing, and Edward as well. And these guys are good, and I love to race against these guys to learn their perspective on things and to get better myself. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And really, and all that has to be great is really you get kind of a plethora of other different ways to race, the race lines that you can take, and then kind of put them all together at once, and then figure out what works best for you. And and that's the only way people get better. And really, when you got a league that guys are willing to help each other and become faster, the better the race becomes.
Exactly. I agree with you on that. I just, I try to learn from different guys each week and see, what lines they run, what they're doing better than I am. And I try to work on that. So it's great. It's great to learn from, a guy like Caden. He's a good driver. One time I was back there behind him, just watching what he does, is running my race, of course, but just seeing what he does, what I can learn from. And, you learn from a guy like Caden, you'll definitely get better.
Yeah. Man, and really putting the work in. So go ahead and give me a shout out for those sponsors. I see a bunch of them all over your car tonight. So yeah, go ahead and give me some, bud.
Well, that's actually a paint scheme that actually a real guy races at Bowman Gray. So it's not really my sponsors. But I just want to run it. I wanted to run it to celebrate his win at the Bowman Gray this past Saturday. So that's why I ran it. Normally my sponsors is VRA. I think Oscar will be coming on as a sponsor next season as well. It's another league I run on Thursdays. 5Y, touring, stuff like that. And that's usually the three I got right now.
All right. Awesome. I was going to say, that's more than I have. I don't even have one. So, yeah, another great run out of you, Jordan. I hope to see you next week for the season finale.
All right, man. I hope to be up here with you, talking to you again.
All right, man. We'll be looking for you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Man, what a blast that guy is. And really, he comes out, he's calm, cool, collected, he's great admin, and he sees things from a different perspective, and that's really what you want. So we're going to actually throw this to commercial one last time, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to reel our stage winner, or actually a race winner, excuse me. What am I talking about?
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops. And check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
Okay. Exploding turkeys. That sounds...
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Caden Tufts up here in the booth. Once again, just another amazing race by Caden Tufts, being able to put this one back into victory lane, and just, man, no one has an answer. I've talked to everybody. No one has an answer for your restarts. You seem to kind of line it up, and I would almost say, from my perspective, you wait till they're still on the turn, your car's straightened out, and you take off. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. I wait till around the middle of the corner or a little bit out, and I always catch them slacking. So it always works for me. Some people are starting to master them, so I got to keep my head up for that, and hopefully I can keep pulling them off like that.
Okay, well, I've recommended a couple of drivers. It might be an idea to put a tire into you. That way, that when you take off, it kind of helps them, know when you're moving. Because I was wondering, because it looks like your car straightens out. Everybody's kind of on the turn. You're straight, but they're having to accelerate through a turn, which really kind of jams them up, trying to maintain traction. And I thought that was just kind of your play there. So, but really, once again, I'm trying to find a track that you're not good at this point. Here at Martinsville at the Paperclip, another half-mile track, and you lead. You just absolutely take off with this. I'm baffled at really what can slow you down. I've thought about it, even other leagues I've heard you run in, that if you win, you don't get to qualify. You get to start from the back and at least give you a challenge at this point. You up for that?
I'd be down for it. in the East Coast Modified League, recently wrapped up the championship in that. We did the modifieds here also. I took the back to front challenge. I think people put money on it actually. I think it was like $50 or $70. I'm not sure, but we ended up actually doing it. And then coming to 10 to go for the pass on the outside line, we ended up getting a little bit of contact and ended up going around, which is upsetting. But I mean, it's gonna happen. But at least we were able to wrap up that championship.
Yeah, really, really a battle that is there, in the modifieds. But man, it's just you just seem to be the king of the modifieds. You know exactly what to do. Was there anything different here at Martinsville you weren't expecting? Was there a lack of grip? I know the cautions I'm sure were out of place from what you were expecting. Was there anything different?
From the last time I ran here, I went basically with the same strategy except fuel because the other race I ran we didn't need fuel. I went for right sides, but I think I may or may not have took way too much fuel, which would make the car a lot heavier and a lot slower out of the corner. So that made a huge impact. It made the car a lot tighter. So I think I made a mistake there, but other than that, yeah, pretty much felt all the same throughout the run, except when I took right side. It was a little bit of snug, but over the long run, I got a little looser.
Yeah, really, I think your restarts, and being able to stay out front and have all that fresh air to kind of just take off. The other guys, you had Edward Marshall, Chris Conrad, Adam Peeler. Those guys were really having a battle around and ruining their line. We took a ride along with you for about 2-3 laps there, and you just soft, smooth, real close to that curb there on the inside, and a nice exit. I mean, to a T, what you got to do to win this race, obviously. But others would see that's exact race line you want to run, and really just another great showing. But you got one more to close out this one. You got North Wilkesboro next week. I mean, am I going to find you in this same position next week?
I'm not gonna say too much, but hopefully we can. North Wilkesboro is one of my somewhat decent tracks. It's one of the trickier ones. I'm just happy it's not Concord. That's the track that will make me look like a loser. But yeah, hopefully we can end up in victory lane 2 at North Wilkesboro. If not, hopefully we can be in the top 3 and still have a chance to talk out.
Oh, man, and you realize what you just did. You just told everybody your Achilles heel. So expect that next year, as Concord will be on there, if not once, twice that year, for you to run on. So, man, it's really really something. But I am impressed to see how well you can get around this track and really stay out of trouble. I mean, of course you're out of trouble up front, but I mean you ran past Sponsler a couple times. I saw you got past Michael Newton at one point, and really, just kind of be able to get around him without any trouble. Some leaders, they do kind of run into the back of the lapped cars or end up in any trouble. I mean, do you foresee something that makes it easier for you to get around the track or get around these other cars, or is it just come to you naturally and this just works out for you so well?
It's more into me naturally. I came from a racing family that didn't have much patience, but I guess I'm starting the trend. I have a lot of patience, I guess, in racing. I just wait till someone gets out of the way. I'm not going to move them. Well, usually not. But in the real life world, it's probably a complete different story. If you're going for a win or something, you're probably going to move the lapper if they're in the way. Last week or this week, I was racing down in New Brunswick, and we ended up finishing second overall. It was a very tight race, door to door for 25 laps, 20 laps, and a lapper came up into the way, and the leader tried holding me down in the lapper. So, I mean, I had to do something to get out of the way.
Man, yeah. Sometimes they just gotta get out of the way. At one point, if you're coming up, hey, just stay high side and let these guys go around. And it ain't worth sacrificing the car at any point. But people not sacrificing are your sponsors at this point. They got to be ecstatic about you here in Winter Circle every day of the week. Really down here, in being able to really sound off on a podium finish. So go ahead and give me those shout outs, bud. I think you said you had a new sponsor coming up, didn't you?
Yeah, we actually do have a new sponsor coming up here soon. Hopefully I can get you guys aboard on a new league I'm getting in. I'm probably going to run you guys on the car for free anyways. Just get the broadcasting out there. Um, but yeah, I have Bradwater Mortgages, LBT Pallets, Timberley Beverage Room, Geisberg Transfer, JDM Broadcasting, known as JDM TV now, since some stuff happened between Facebook and YouTube and all that. Someone got into the account and got it banned and stuff. There's also A-Rod HVAC and Factory S Motorsports, TJ George Esports, and you guys for putting this on.
Wow, and we appreciate that, Caden. We'd like to sponsor your entire car. I assure you of that. But I know other people want to get there. You just gotta make sure we're the bigger one, right?
Yeah, we'll see what the A-Rod HVAC thinks of that one. See if we can get you on the hood there for a race or two.
All right, yeah, man. We'll be excited to see that and excited to hopefully call that race for you, bud. And once again, another fine race, North Wilkesboro. You're about to seal it. I knew you were third in points, and I think if you played your cards right tonight, I don't think you did not lead a single lap. You led them all, and and really won the whole thing outright. So I think this might put you in the lead, which will have Kynan Jones now trying to chase you down. So. Yeah, another great finish, and we'll see if you can actually shut this one down next week.
Thank you, guys. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully, yeah, we can get the win next week and see if we can wrap up the championship in this league too.
All right, and you are the man to do it.
Thank you.
All righty, and that is Caden Tufts there, and really, the winner, and just he is absolutely has these things on a rail and is able to get around, and just somewhere he knows where to be and things like that, but. I'd like to thank you from 10-4 Broadcasting, Patrick Morrison here, that, I appreciate you guys coming out and seeing this. Next week will be North Wilkesboro, June 21st. Actually, that's today. Good Lord, what am I talking about? It'll be June 28th. I knew they had to leave an extra week for the Memorial Day, excuse me. But, yeah, they'll be here June 28th, about 8:30, 9 o'clock is about when we start getting under... we'll be well under green flag, but kind of look for us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hit that like, subscribe button. I didn't see anybody chatting me tonight. I'm actually kind of heard about that. So hopefully you guys will kind of chime in here later on, or I'll see you guys next week, and we'll be able to really have a lot of fun. Close out here with the VRA League, and I'd like to see a whole lot of you other iRacers out there that tune in here join this league, because man, these guys know how to race, and Caden Tufts is a hard one to beat. So if you think you got the stuff, VRA, find them on Discord, and our website will be up soon. The 10-4 Broadcasting website will be up soon, so you'll find all the people that we broadcast for and join their leagues as well. And then we find really good leagues, and they have professional racers there as well, and be able to join in. But from all of us at 10-4 Broadcasting, this is Patrick Morrison signing out, sponsored by AdminBoxx. See you next week.